Welcome to Audiobook channel, where we explore groundbreaking ideas that challenge our assumptions and empower us to live better lives. Today, we're diving into a book that might just change everything you thought you knew about one of life's most pervasive experiences, stress. We're talking about Kelly McGonigal's transformative work, The Upside of Stress, Why Stress is Good for You, and How to Get Good at It. For decades, we've been told stress is a killer, a toxic force to be avoided at all costs. But what if that conventional wisdom is wrong? What if embracing stress, rather than fearing it, is the key to unlocking our potential, fostering connection, and finding deeper meaning? Prepare to have your understanding of stress flipped on its head. Dr. Kelly McGonigal, a health psychologist and lecturer at Stanford University, used to be one of those experts who told people stress was bad for them. For years, she advised her clients to reduce and avoid stress, citing numerous studies linking it to heart disease, depression, and a host of other ailments. Her views were firmly rooted in the prevailing scientific consensus. However, a surprising piece of research forced her to completely reevaluate her stance. A study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison tracked 30,000 adults over 8 years. They measured two things: how much stress people experienced, and whether they believed that stress was harmful to their health. The results were startling. People who experienced a lot of stress and believed it was harmful had a 43% increased risk of premature death. But here's the crucial part. Those who experienced a lot of stress but did not believe it was harmful were actually less likely to die than even those who experienced very little stress. This single finding was a revelation. It suggested that it wasn't stress itself that was the problem, but our belief about stress. This insight became the foundation of The Upside of Stress. McGonigal realized that trying to avoid stress was often counterproductive, and that teaching people to fear stress could actually be more damaging than the stress itself. The book is her powerful argument for a new, stress mindset, a paradigm shift from viewing stress as an enemy to recognizing its potential as a catalyst for growth, courage, and connection. McGonigal argues that the human stress response is a highly sophisticated biological system, evolved to help us meet challenges. When we perceive a threat, our body responds with a surge of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, preparing us for action. Our heart rate increases, our breath quickens, and our senses sharpen. This is what we typically label as stress. However, she introduces a critical distinction between two types of stress responses: the threat response and the challenge response. The threat response occurs when we perceive a situation as overwhelming, when we doubt our ability to cope, or when we believe we will fail. Physiologically, this response includes vasoconstriction, blood vessels constricting, leading to increased blood pressure and a fight-or-flight mentality. This is the harmful type of stress response that, when chronic, is linked to negative health outcomes. It's driven by fear and a sense of inadequacy. The challenge response, on the other hand, occurs when we perceive a stressful situation as a challenge we can meet. Even if it's difficult, we believe we have the resources or the capacity to rise to the occasion. Physiologically, this response mirrors the body's reaction to joy or courage. The heart rate still increases, but blood vessels remain relaxed, allowing for more efficient blood flow. This tend and befriend, or courage, response is energizing, enhances focus, and actually improves performance. It's characterized by feelings of enthusiasm, alertness, and confidence. The remarkable insight is that we can consciously shift from a threat response to a challenge response simply by changing our mindset. By reframing our interpretation of physical stress symptoms, seeing a pounding heart as energy for action, or sweaty palms as readiness, we can physically alter our physiological response to be more adaptive and less damaging. McGonigal provides compelling research, including studies where participants were taught to view stress as helpful and subsequently showed healthier cardiovascular profiles during stressful tasks. The Upside of Stress delves into several key pathways through which stress, when approached with the right mindset, can actually benefit us. One powerful insight is the role of stress in connection and social bonding. McGonigal introduces the hormone oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone or love hormone. While typically associated with social bonding and empathy, she reveals that oxytocin is also a stress hormone. When we experience stress, our body releases oxytocin, which encourages us to seek out and support others. It motivates us to reach out, to share our struggles, and to offer help. This explains the tend and befriend response, rather than just fighting or fleeing. Particularly women often respond to stress by tending to offspring and befriending others. When stress prompts us to connect, the social support we receive helps buffer the negative effects of stress, reinforcing our resilience. This is why communities often grow stronger in the face of adversity. The act of caring for others during stressful times also releases oxytocin, creating a positive feedback loop that builds stronger social ties and reduces the likelihood of isolation. Another profound upside of stress is its connection to meaning and purpose. McGonigal argues that stress arises from things we care about. We don't get stressed about things that are meaningless to us. The very presence of stress indicates that we are invested in something important: a job, a relationship, a goal, a value. This realization can transform how we view our struggles. By acknowledging that stress is a signal of what truly matters, we can use it as a compass. The stress we feel when working on a challenging project, caring for a loved one, or standing up for a cause, is not a sign that something is wrong, but rather that we are engaged in something meaningful. This perspective shifts stress from an external burden to an internal affirmation of our values and purpose, fueling our commitment and resilience. McGonigal presents evidence that people who feel their lives have meaning are better able to cope with stress, experience less negative health impacts from it, and even live longer. Beyond understanding the why, McGonigal dedicates significant attention to the how to get good at stress. She offers practical strategies for harnessing stress to our advantage. Acknowledge and reframe. The first step is to recognize when you're stressed. Instead of automatically assuming it's bad, acknowledge the physical sensations, pounding heart, rapid breath, and consciously reframe them. Tell yourself, my body is getting energized to meet this challenge. This feeling is helping me focus. This simple mental shift can trigger the challenge response. Connect with your purpose. When feeling stressed, ask yourself, what do I care about in this situation? What value is being challenged or upheld here? Connecting stress to a deeper purpose provides motivation and meaning, turning anxiety into a source of energy. Seek connection and support. Remember the oxytocin effect. Don't isolate yourself when stressed. Reach out to friends, family, or colleagues. Talk about what you're experiencing. Offer help to others if you can. Social support is a powerful buffer against stress and strengthens your resilience. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you're struggling. Stressful experiences are inherent to a meaningful life. Don't judge yourself for feeling stressed or for making mistakes. Treat yourself with the same understanding and compassion you would offer a good friend. Self-compassion reduces the threat response and enhances coping. Use stress as a source of growth. View stressful events as learning opportunities. Reflect on what you learned from difficult experiences. How did you grow? How did you become stronger? This stress inoculation prepares you for future challenges and builds confidence in your ability to adapt. McGonigal also touches on the importance of small daily habits, like exercise, sleep, and mindfulness, not just to reduce stress, but to build a stronger physical and mental foundation from which to respond to stress more effectively. These habits are tools for resilience, allowing us to rebound more quickly and learn more effectively from our stressful experiences. The upside of stress challenges us to reconsider our relationship with one of life's most inevitable forces. It's a call to move beyond the simplistic "stress is bad" narrative and embrace a more nuanced, empowering understanding. McGonigal's research shows that the belief that stress is harmful is literally killing people, while a mindset that views stress as a helpful resource fosters resilience, growth, and even longer, healthier lives. This isn't about ignoring the very real negative impacts of chronic, unmanaged stress or toxic environments. It's about empowering individuals to change their reaction to stress, recognizing that their mindset is a powerful determinant of its effects. By cultivating a challenge mindset, connecting with our purpose, fostering social bonds, and practicing self-compassion, we can transform stress from a debilitating enemy into a potent ally. The book is a profound reminder that what doesn't kill us can indeed make us stronger, but only if we believe it can. It encourages us to lean into our discomfort, to use our physiological responses as signals for action, and to recognize that the very things that cause us stress are often the things that make our lives meaningful and rich. In a world where stress is unavoidable, McGonigal offers not an escape, but a powerful guide to getting good at it, and in doing so, to living a more courageous, connected, and purposeful life. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration of Kelly McGonigal's The Upside of Stress. If this summary has reshaped your perspective on stress, we highly recommend diving into the full book for its comprehensive research and practical advice. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights designed to empower your well-being. Until next time, embrace the upside of stress and discover your own resilience.